Hello everybody and welcome back to Plants vs. Zombies. Okay, the game kind of trolled me, so I clicked adventure and Crazy Dave popped up. Hey, you've collected $310 coins so far. When you collect 750, I'll sell you something really neato. Alright, so yeah, you'll be seeing my desktop. It's really unprofessional, but you know, this is kind of my whatever, I don't care playthrough. So, yeah. Alright, let that load. Okay, now back to reality. Let the game catch up with itself. Okay, so in the last episode, we got ourselves sun shrooms. These things are half the cost of a sunflower, but they will produce fewer sun. Now, I'm going to choose these guys instead of sunflowers. It's crazy, bold move, but I think we'll manage. What else? These, and I really don't need much. Chompers, I suppose. Let's rock! Alright, so they're 25, and with our beginning 50, we could plant 2 of these suckers. Well, we need to wait for it to recharge, of course. But sun shrooms recharge relatively quickly. There we go. So these guys will only give us 15 sun. But if we've got 2, then that's 30 sun, thus giving us a profit of 5 sun over planting 1 sunflower. And over time, they will give us the regular sunflower amount of sun of 25. So, but sometimes they do fall just short of giving you enough sun. So, it's kind of a give and take. I kind of want to show them off, and it's sort of a risky move to go in without any sunflowers. I think there's actually an achievement for finishing a level without sunflowers. But, yeah. These guys are a little risky to use, but hey, they're fun. And this game's all about fun. That's pretty much the entire point. It's the entire point of any video game, if you really think about it, to have fun. I mean, well, either to have fun or just occupy your time. There are those games that are just ridiculously frustrating, and is that really fun if you think about it? Because you are getting angry at the game, and at a point you wish you weren't playing it. Although I suppose there is a difference between being angry at a game and legitimately not having fun. Because, I had a venture to play all of the Spyro games, all of them, good, bad, and ugly. Well, look, we've already constituted our entire artillery, and I will plant things in the right spot this time! Took 40 breaths in the middle of that. I just finished running a giant marathon. In my acting class, we've been learning to control our breathing a lot better, take silent breaths, and such. Oh, I'm taking an acting class, if I haven't said that. Yeah, I kind of hate it, because at the beginning of the class, we do these, yoga exercise moves. I find it completely ridiculous, stupid, and pointless. Apparently, they're actually supposed to, loosen you up or something, and okay. It's killing my pea shooter. And I don't know, I feel it kind of emasculating, I suppose is the word for it, because I don't know, it's hard to describe. And of course the teacher is a woman, so she would not understand masculinity. It's not a slam on women or anything, it's just trying to explain masculinity to somebody who doesn't have it encoded in their DNA. It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe. The best thing I can do is break it down into evolutionary science, because okay, in caveman days, the order was that the men go out hunting and the women stay behind and cook and clean and take care of the babies and such. things have changed since then, but that's how they were in caveman times. I'm gonna get some comments calling me a sexist, I'm sure. But, train of thought. Whoa, my train of thought just went. So, anyways, okay, the men went out hunting and, okay, no, time to use a cherry bomb. If the men that were more alert and always just had their guard up and always in a position of power towards their prey and the other men, of course, then they would be more likely to survive and bring home a woolly mammoth for the wife and kids to eat. But if a man was in a vulnerable position and he did not look tough, then A, he would not command respect among the other men in the hunting party, and B, if he didn't have his guard up, then he could just get killed by a saber-toothed cat, like, without even seeing it coming. Things were brutal back then, and it's kind of hard to get rid of that vestigial instinct. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as the urge to eat or libido. It's kind of encoded into our DNA. And I know it's vestigial meaning that, like, you don't... It's like, okay, the word vestigial, it means evolutionary baggage, like our appendix. It's a completely useless organ, and we are totally better off without it, but sometime earlier in our evolutionary history... I've also been taking biology, by the way, so that's why I'm talking all sciencey. Also, I have a brain that is sciencey, but, you know... But, yeah, it's evolutionary baggage, something that was useful a long time ago, back in our evolutionary history, but is not so much anymore, and is now kind of pointless. So, I'm pretty sure that masculinity mentality is a vestigial thing, but, well, it's kind of hard to get rid of because it's still supported in our society. Because it was in our DNA while we were becoming a society, it remained to be a good trait in men. Because men who were big and buff and all masculine got to mate and breed more, especially in the ancient world, because that was the gladiators were criminals and died, but those were champions and warriors. And so they got to mate and breed more and stuff. This is a fume shroom. It can pass through screen doors. Go through another episode, because I'm not done talking about evolutionary science and masculinity. I'm gonna go back to my sunflowers because honestly they're better than sun shrooms. I just wanted to show them off. Alright, no. I always have to have them in a certain order. It's kind of a weird thing with me. Okay, that looks good. But it's vestigial, but still highly used. Because evolution, the theory of survival of the fittest, is if you can make it to breed, then evolution will pass your genes down to the next child. And then because they got a good trait from you, then they'll be able to breed, and over bazillions of years, you eventually pop out a new species. That's the theory of evolution. So, also, another one of my theories of how... Well, I guess I can't really call it a theory. Because, technically, to be a theory, something has to go through tons of, like, research and testing and just a whole bunch of stuff. Years and years of hypothesis, testing, conclusions, the scientific method and such. And then maybe it will be approved by a committee and become a theory. Up until that point, it's either a hypothesis or even just an idea. So, just saying something is just a theory, it's completely ridiculous to me. Because, that just tells me that you don't know what the word theory means. Because, gravity is a theory, the Big Bang is a theory, pretty much everything that's not a law is a theory, and laws only usually apply in physics, because physics scientists have the authority to make laws, because apparently they're the cops of science. This is a fume shroom. It's a relatively cheap plant. It does a decent amount of damage, but it will be able to pass through screen door zombies, which I'm sure we'll run into one at some point soon. But yeah, evolution. Oh, there's one. Yeah, it turns a screen door zombie into just a regular zombie. I'll flash up the stats of the screen door zombie. I don't feel like looking them up, because my brain meats are still hopped up on science. So yeah, masculinity is a vestigial thing, and because it was in our society while it was growing up, and to this day, masculine males earn the right to breed more, it's not going to be going away anytime soon. So, masculinity, that's the best I can describe it for any females who do not understand, because if you're male, it's kind of encoded in your DNA to understand. Well, I don't know, there might be mutations. I mean, if there weren't mutations in species, evolution would not work. Because, you have to have those one weird random changes, and if it's a good thing, then, if you grow bigger claws, then you can scratch for grubs or something, if you're I don't know, a mole. But if you grow, a spike out of your stomach, it's gonna inhibit your digging, and you're gonna be slow, and you're going to die. And your children will not get that spike, because you will die before you can have children. Also, what kind of lady mole is gonna mate with some freak who has a spike on his stomach? That's just weird. But yeah, that's also the reason why birds have such colorful plumage, because that's a mating thing. If a bird has colorful plumage, it will attract a mate easier, and well, there you go. That's kind of the whole point of evolution and being a life form, is to live and have kids. It's kind of the point. And it's kind of weird to think that's all life boils down to, and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. These guys, fume shroom! He's not gonna do work, but, I don't have enough for a cherry bomb. Well, I have enough, but it's not recharged. No! Come on! Take it out! Oh boy. Just need things to stall. Yeah. Come on! No! I don't want to have to... I don't want to have to use my lawnmower. Well, I suppose this is the last horde. Come on, cherry bomb! Yes! Ba-boom! And we've earned ourselves a grave eater. I think that's what it's called. Grave buster. We can plant it on a grave and it'll remove that grave. It's okay, because usually graves aren't that big of a hindrance. But, well, you know. Alright. Well, I've scienced all over you enough for today. So, leave in the comments why you got bored and stopped watching the video, because it basically turned into a biology lecture. This is me, Thrasho2, saying be cool, save often, and don't do anything I wouldn't.